This is Audiobook Caboodle YouTube channel. Click on the subscribe button and listen unlimited audiobooks anytime, anywhere.
Manners for Men by Mrs. Humphry. Chapter 9. Games and Recreations. Chess and whist permanently popular. A man who can play a good game of chess or even an excellent rubber of whist must be aware that the acquirement involves an education in itself. Neither is ever likely to become unpopular among the best classes of society. Chess and whist clubs increase in number as time goes on. But for the purposes of everyday life, less exigent games are found more useful. One should be able to play the minor games. Billiards, backgammon, poker, bezique, baccarat, écarté, draughts, vegetun, and loo may be mentioned among the minor accomplishments with which the modern young man finds it convenient to be equipped. That a bad use has been made of some of these by converting them into media for gambling is not to be denied. At the same time, there is no reason why those who play them in moderation should refrain from doing so because others abuse rather than use these means of recreation. These things are innocent in themselves. A round game affords a very innocent mode of spending an enjoyable evening, and country house life especially is enlivened in this way, and often quite necessary. Home life, whether in town or country, is apt to be monotonous, particularly for the young members of the family, if there is not occasionally an amusing game got up to pass away the evening hours. And anything that adds to the attractions of home must at least have one excellent recommendation. A man's breeding is shown in his play. Apart from other considerations, the demeanor of a young man when playing cards affords a very good test of his manners. Some of them appear to think that the only fun to be had out of the game lies in cheating. Very open and transparent cheating, to be sure, but still sufficient to spoil the amusement of others. A curious development of money greed is sometimes observable in players who will show extreme exasperation at the loss of so simple a coin as a penny. Irritability over games. There are many fairly good-tempered men and women who evince extreme irritability over games of any kind. To play with such as these is very disagreeable, and the tendency to irascibility should be firmly checked by those who wish to be popular in society. The host or hostess always takes the lead in these games, or else deputies someone else to do so. It is a sign of ill breeding when an outsider assumes the command of a game without having been asked to do so. An outsider may not take the lead unsolicited. Unfortunately, gambling games are very popular at some houses, and it is possible for a young man, being unaware of the fact, to be drawn in and lose more than he can afford before he can politely extricate himself. Men and houses to be avoided. In such circumstances, the only thing that he can do is religiously to avoid any such house in future. It is a matter of notoriety that there are men who make good incomes by fleecing the young and experienced whom they invite to their homes under the guise of friendship. But even when there is no deliberate dishonesty in question, as in these cases, the host or hostess, out of pure love of gambling, draws in the guests to play for high sums. Things to be reckoned with. Unpardonable is it, true, but such things have to be reckoned with, and avoided if possible. The matter is not confined to London. Country house life has much to answer for under the same heading. End of chapter 9.
This was Audiobook Caboodle YouTube channel presentation. For full audiobook, check out our playlist section. Links in description below.